All right, Holly Kinderlach. I want to read to you one of my kids' favorite stories from this book, Vaisa Avos. It's a book with stories on Pirkei Avos by Genendel Krohn. Illustrations from Tirza Peleg. She's really good as well. And I'll show you some of the pictures. The name of this story is called Not Just for Buttons. Here we go. In the years before World War II, most Jews in Poland and Russia were very poor. The yeshivas also suffered because people didn't have enough money to support them. Rav Elchanan Wasserman, the holy Talmid of the Chavetz Chaim, decided to travel to America to raise money for his yeshiva in Baranovich. He went from city to city to city, collecting a few dollars here and a few dollars there, but it wasn't nearly enough. Many people in America were also poor and didn't have much to give him. Others didn't appreciate the importance of a yeshiva. One day, a friend told Rav Elchanan about a wealthy Jew named Fred Schneider. The story name was changed for the purpose of the book. And this Fred owned a large clothing factory in New York. When Rav Elchanan tried to find out about Fred, he was told, Fred moved to America from Poland, but he's not as frum as he used to be. He never gives money to yeshivas. Don't expect to get anything. Rav Elchanan was disappointed, but then the friend remembered something. Fred comes from the same city as you do in Europe. His name used to be Ephraim Schneider. I remember him, cried Rav Elchanan excitedly. We were in the same class in Cheder, and maybe, just maybe, he will agree to meet. Rav Elchanan traveled to Manhattan and walked up the stairs to Fred's office. Elchanan, cried Fred, who was so excited to see his long-lost friend. Ephraim, called Rav Elchanan, who was just as excited. They sat down together and spoke of old times. Could you imagine how geschmack that was to see a friend they hadn't seen in years? Finally, Fred turned to Rav Elchanan and said, tell me, what can I do for you? Why did you come to America? You're not going to believe this. Pointing to his coat, Rav Elchanan said, you surely remember how cold the winters are in Poland. Baruch Hashem, I have a nice warm coat. But as you see, I'm missing a button. When I heard that you own a men's clothing factory, I figured you'd probably have a button that you could sell me. Fred, Rabbi Ephraim, chuckled. You didn't travel all the way to Poland for a button. Please tell me why you're here. I came, said Rav Elchanan, because I need a button. Can you please sell me one? Come on, said Fred. What do you really want? I want a button, insisted Rav Elchanan with a serious look on his face. Very surprising. Standing up to leave, he said, if you don't want to help me, then I'll go to the factory down the block. Okay, Fred finally said. If you want a button, then I'll find you one. The two friends walked downstairs together. There were rows of tailors sitting at their sewing machines. Nearby was a room filled with buttons of all shapes, colors, and sizes. I wonder what was going on in Ephraim's mind. Like, Rav Elchanan, the Gadol Hador, or one of the Gedolei Hador, that's what he wants, a button? But let's see. Henry, called Fred to one of his workers, please take the Rav's coat. I want you to sew on a button and make the coat look nice and fresh. A few minutes later, Henry returned to the coat to Rav Elchanan. Here you go, he said proudly. I sewed on the button and steamed your coat. Now it's as good as new. After thanking Henry, Rav Elchanan turned to Fred and said, Ephraim, how much do I owe you? I'm not going to take a penny from you, Elchanan. It was my pleasure to help you. Well then, said Rav Elchanan, it was really nice to see you. What's going on? And thanks so much for fixing my coat. Goodbye. Then he started to walk toward the door. 1 minute. Hold on, Fred called after him. Don't leave yet. We got to talk. I must know why you really came from Poland. No one travels by ship for 2 weeks just for a button, especially you. Okay. So Rav Elchanan said, I'll tell you why I really came. The two men walked back upstairs to Fred's office and sat down at his large wooden desk. You're correct, said Rav Elchanan with a smile. I did not come for a button. Finally, after a few moments of silence, Rav Elchanan finally asked, but what about you? Your neshama made a longer trip than I did, a much longer trip when it came down to this world from Shamayim. Do you think your neshama came all the way down here to be busy with coats and buttons? To be busy with a button? Ephraim sat quietly. He had never thought of it that way. Your neshama traveled to this world for the mitzvah of learning Torah. That is why you were created. I came here to offer you a share in this mitzvah. If you help support Bachrim who are learning Torah, then your neshama's trip to this world will not be wasted. Take from the money that you made and support Torah, and you too on your journey can be involved in more than just a button. Fred began to cry. He understood that Rav Elchanan was correct. He felt bad that he had stopped learning and that he had no longer been keeping many of the mitzvahs. He wrote out a large check to Rav Elchanan's yeshiva and continued sending money to the yeshiva even after Rav Elchanan returned to Europe. In addition, he himself began learning Torah, making sure that his journey back in this world wasn't just for buttons. And he was keeping mitzvahs properly again. After all, if his neshama traveled all the way down, he wanted to make sure the trip was worthwhile. And they quote a Mishnah here in this book. It's a Mishnah for Pirkei Avos, Perek Beis, Mishnah Tes. Im lamadata Torah harbe, if you learned a lot of Torah in your life, al tachazik toiva la'atzmach, don't think too great about yourself, kilakach mustarta, because that's why you were created. Now, you should think very greatly of yourself if you learned Torah and you learned a lot. But what the Mishnah is trying to teach us is that's why we're here. And we should be very focused on it. And not to think that, it's just a good thing to do. I'll add a couple mitzvahs here, a couple mitzvahs here, there. I came to this world for Torah and mitzvahs, for Hashem's Torah. And every day of my life, I should be involved in it to make sure that I'm not here just for buttons. Have a great Geshmak, Torah, Avas Hashem, Avas Yisrael day.